channel, Byler here, and today I'm going to be messing around with Posca. But I'm actually going to be finding out how much ink, or well, in this case, not really ink, how much paint is in a Posca brush pen. So I'm really excited to figure that out. I did use this color just to color swatch, and that was pretty much it. So this is basically a full marker of gold paint. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna start with outlining edges first, just something I always like to do so I don't so I have a guideline. Okay, got my borders done. Now I'm just gonna go straight down, and not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about this, mostly because this is just completely different medium than what I'm used to doing or using, especially when it comes to these like little challenges of just filling up pages. Because I mean, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know that I exclusively work with markers, so I'm used to doing these with markers. This feels a little tedious to do, but I got a lot of requests for checking out the Posca pens. I figured I'd start out with brushes because that's what I'm kind of used to. I like brush nibs, and figured I'd give it a shot. If this goes well, I may just try out the other standard Posca pens, see how much ink is in there. Not ink, but paint. So the flow of the paint definitely depends on like how much you pump the top and how much you shake it. Because every time I do that, it comes out so smoothly. Okay, so maybe the shaking isn't necessary anymore. I think the shaking is only just to activate the paint inside, because now the pumping on the top seems to be what makes the paint really come out. All right, coming down the end. I'm super surprised. I thought this was going to be a little bit more tedious than a marker fill up, but it's actually not as bad. All right, that's that. One page down. Let's move on to the next. So we are on page 2. So I got my borders going, and I'm basically just using the Strathmore Watercolor Paper. It was size 9 by 12, but I precisely cut it down to 8.5 by 11, since that's the paper size that most people tend to use when it comes to paper. And the reason I'm using watercolor paper is only because I watched a video on tips when working with Posca pens, and it's a really good informative video by Casey Golden, and I'll have a link to the video below in my description. But basically one of the questions that she gets is what sort of paper is best for Posca pens. And the thing about Posca pens is they're so versatile. You can, I mean, it's literally just paint in a pen, so you can literally use them on a lot of different kinds of surfaces. But she says that she uses her Posca pens on watercolor paper, which kind of makes sense because watercolor is her main sort of medium, and since it's Posca pens are paint, of course they can color on top of watercolor paper. So I figured I'd just go ahead and try this experiment out with watercolor paper myself. In the end, the point of these sort of experiments though is to just give you guys a general idea. Is this 100% the most accurate way to show how much ink is in products like this? Probably not, but I still feel it provides a really good idea of how much is in here. All right, we're coming down to the end of page 2, and there's page 2. And there's not much difference between page 1 and page 2, pretty similar. It did feel like it took a few more pumps to get the ink to come out towards the end, but I'm not sure, maybe that was just my mind playing tricks on me. So let's move on to page 3. I'm gonna pump it just so I get enough paint, and let's start with the borders. Ooh, it's still really nice and buttery, so it seems like we got a lot of paint still left in there. I'm gonna switch it up, start with this side just to make it more interesting for myself, because as you all know, these definitely get tedious after a while. I get a lot of comments saying, oh my gosh, the patience you have. Yeah. I will say though that after a while it just gets really relaxing. So like, even though it is tedious, I kind of just zone out. It's also super satisfying to watch. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but just making these lines one right after the other, I'm just like, ooh, that was a perfect line. And then you see the page like half full almost, and it's like, dang, that's pretty nice. I definitely feel like I'm starting to get to the end of this. Not like the very end, but enough to where I'm really pumping this thing a lot in order to get that paint to come out. I'm gonna close it and shake it. Okay. Oh, that definitely made a difference. I can already see the paint like pooling. Oh yeah. Well, it did work, but then I lost all that juiciness and now the paint getting weak on me now again. Okay. Ooh, we got some streaking. Oh no. All the pumping in the world. I can't get this to come out. Okay. I'm gonna shake it because it worked so well the first time. Oh gosh. Well, that's not a good idea. Kind of pulled into the cap a bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna paint this side up. All right, let's shake it again. Just because pumping doesn't seem to be working as well. The nib juicy again by shaking it. Not bad. I really think I can fill this page. I just gotta shake it a bit. Yeah, we're definitely coming to the end soon. Soon. Only because I've shook it. Or is it shaken? I think it's shook. I've shooken it. Or shook. No, I wasn't expecting it to go this quickly. But at the same time, it is paint. I definitely didn't expect it to last as long as like a marker. It's still a good amount though. Even if it does fill up just 2.5 to 3 pages. The cool thing about paint is that you can also dilute it and it lasts longer. So, and clearly you're not going to use this much paint in one go. And if you are, then just get regular acrylic paints. There's no reason for buying pens like this if you're going to be using this much ink. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just my opinion. Ooh, I got it come back to life with a good shaking. All right, so that's page 3. And it's not really much when it comes to comparison. Here's 3. There's some like streakiness that I wasn't able to fill, but it's not really a huge difference. So let's move on to page 4. I'm gonna shake it really good before I start using it. As always, doing the border. I found if I start like dabbing it, I can get more ink out at a better rate as opposed to just gliding it because it's just not giving me the paint that I need to cover. So I will say the dabbing makes it a little less relaxing. Now it just feels a little anxiety induced when you are shaking the devil out of it like this and getting not much out. I think it's safe to say that this is going to be the last page. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I started pressing really hard and I'm definitely getting that last bit paint out. I will say if we've reached the end, which we most likely have, surprised we did it without killing the nib or the brush or the bristles. I mean, I am pressing really hard on it, so it's kind of flattening out, but I mean, it's pretty durable in comparison to my markers. All right, I'm gonna give it another shake. Ooh, we got more paint. Got it out. Persistence is key, y'all. I'm like surprised I'm still getting some really good paint out of this, but at the same time, like my arm's getting tired from this. So there's that. Oh man. All right. Every time I think I'm like at the end of this, it's like, surprise, I'm not dead yet. I don't know though. I'm pretty impressed with you, Posca. Look at you go. All right, we're getting that drying out effect again. Time for another ridiculous shake. Oh, that didn't really yield too much paint. Could it be we are at the end of this? I don't know. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, sorry. What the heck? It's like got more paint all of a sudden reactivated and it's coming out. Ugh. After a while, this just hurts. Like my arms are getting sore. I'm tired. All right, thought I was done, but clearly not. I got to page 4 completely full. Well, girls and boys, with just a little bit of determination, you too can fill 4 pages worth of Posca pen paint. Let's go ahead with page 5. All right, so I would do a border, but at this point, it doesn't really make sense. I can't get enough paint to really get a good border going. So I'm just gonna straight up just paint this corner all the way to the end. Only way I seem to be getting paint at this point. And I would let it sit and rest, but I don't think this is how it works when it comes to paint. It's not like the nib needs to refill by resting because it's not how it works. It refills by like shaking and pumping. So there's that. So this isn't like a Posca paint pen review, but I do have to say the brush on these Posca paint pens are pretty rad. Like when I started with them, I thought they were a little stiff, like the bristles were a little stiff, but obviously I guess that makes sense because once paint gets onto the bristles, it like loosens up. I might just take like 10-minute break just to give my arm a break because I'm tired. Oh man, what did I get myself into? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really proud of Posca and how long it's lasted, but anytime you want to give up, Posca, great. Oh, okay. All right, so starting to get lighter. Not much paint is coming out. Give it some more good shakes. All right. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes. I mean, I know I shouldn't be excited, but I can't help but be excited because I'm tired. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really proud of how far I've come with this pen and like how much ink it's given off so far. So like, good for you, Posca. You did well. Just want to make sure. Yeah, that seems to be it. Whew, that nib is dry and I feel accomplished. All right. There's pretty much nothing coming out of this. Like, yes, you see a little bit of color smear, but as far as actual paint, nada. Good job, Posca. I'm proud of you because this was actually a lot more pages than I expected. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 full pages. And I don't really feel comfortable saying a half. It's more like 4 and 1/3 kind of. So I'm gonna say 4 pages and 1/3, which is still really amazing, I feel, for this Posca pen. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it, as always, as it is more of an educational video more than anything. And granted, again, this is just a general idea. Is this 100% accurate? It is not. But if you enjoyed this video, maybe comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.